The waste of a lifetime, the difference between learning and living. Have you managed to imprint into every atom of your body and your soul everything you have heard, everything you have touched, everything you have seen, everything you have tasted, and everything you have smelled? Are you wisely using everything you have learned from the moment you were born until now? Stop for a moment and feel the weight of your silence before these questions. If you feel that your life is a library of blank pages and that you have become a mere spectator of your own existence, this video is the reality check that the system tried to postpone. If these words awaken the life that still remains within you, comment your perception now, like this video so this truth may spread. Share it with those who are merely existing, and subscribe to reclaim your sovereignty. Here, we do not teach you how to accumulate. We teach you how to be, differentiating once and for all between dead knowledge and living wisdom. You have spent decades being trained to learn, but no one ever taught you how to live. From your very first breath, you were transformed into a vessel for others' data, a warehouse for the conclusions of men who died centuries ago, and for the expectations of a society that does not know you. You have accumulated diplomas, manuals, and theories about how the world works. But when you close your eyes at night, you still feel like a stranger inside your own skin. This is the tragedy of knowledge without wisdom. You know the name of every musical note, but you have forgotten what it feels like to be the music itself. You are wasting an entire lifetime preparing for a tomorrow that never arrives, while today slips through your fingers like fine sand. The system loves your desire to learn, because as long as you are learning, you are not being. Learning has become your most sophisticated way of procrastinating your own life. You consume books, videos, and courses in the hope that the next piece of information will be the key to your happiness. But the truth is that the key was never in the more, but in the less. Knowledge is a burden you carry on your shoulders. Wisdom is the strength in your legs that allows you to walk. The modern world has turned you into a collector of maps, but you are so busy studying the paper that you have never set foot on the road. You know everything about love, but you have never surrendered. You know everything about success, but you have never felt fulfilled. Observe the conflict that corrodes your peace. Your intellect is full, but your body is empty of presence. You look at a landscape and, instead of being pierced by the beauty of the moment, your brain begins to label, to compare, and to take mental photographs to prove to someone else that you were there. You are not there. You are trapped in the data layer that the educational system and the media created to mediate your relationship with reality. You smell a flower and seek its scientific name. You taste food and calculate the calories. You have transformed the divine sensory experience into an accounting exercise. This is not living. This is processing information about life. The difference between learning and living is the difference between reading a swimming manual and jumping into the ocean. Knowledge gives you the illusion of safety, while life demands the courage of surrender. Wisdom is what remains when you forget everything you were taught. It is the ability to respond to the present moment with the totality of your being, and not with a pre-programmed answer. The system removed wisdom from our schools because wisdom is unpredictable and untamable. They prefer you to be a master of dead theories rather than an apprentice in the art of being alive. For those who truly live cannot be manipulated by fear or scarcity. Are you wisely using what you have learned since birth? Look at your relationships, your work, and your time in solitude. If what you know does not serve to bring peace to your heart or clarity to your mind, then what you have is merely intellectual trash. The accumulation of facts is the pride of the ego, a desperate attempt to feel superior in a world that teaches us to compete for crumbs of recognition. Wisdom, on the other hand, is humble. It knows that the present moment is the only place where reality happens. You are trading the eternity of the now for the dust of what has passed, or the ghost of what is to come. The waste of a lifetime happens in the silence of your ordinary days. It happens when you choose technical knowledge over human connection. When you choose the safety of what you have already heard over the truth of what you see with your own eyes. You are convinced that life is a problem to be solved, an equation that your intellect can decipher if you read enough books. But life is not a problem. It is a mystery to be lived. Wisdom is your compass in this mystery, but you traded it for a clock that the system uses to measure your productivity. You know what time it is, but you have no idea where you are on the scale of your own soul. Stop collecting facts and start imprinting life into your atoms. Every breath is an opportunity to transform sterile knowledge into organic wisdom. Wisdom is knowing when silence is worth more than an argument. It is knowing that the touch of a hand is worth more than 1,000 theories about empathy. If you cannot feel the vibration of life in every cell of your body while reading these words, then your intellect is still your jailer. You are living in a simulation of data, while actual reality waits outside your intellectual comfort zone. True mental sovereignty is born when you decide you will no longer be a database for the system. Living requires you to be willing to unlearn the lies that gave you comfort. It requires you to differentiate the noise of information from the music of existence. Knowledge can give you a job, but only wisdom can give you a life. Knowledge can give you answers, but only wisdom can give you the peace that surpasses all understanding. Do not reach the end of your journey realizing that you were just a librarian of your own story. Keeping books you never dared to read with your heart. Awaken now. Use your senses not to validate what you already know, but to discover what you are not yet. Transform every smell, every touch, and every sight into an act of worship to the consciousness you inhabit. Step out of the mental classroom and into the temple of experience. The door is open, and the only thing stopping you from passing through is the fear of losing control over the information that defines you. Let knowledge fall away like an old garment and walk naked toward wisdom. Life is not waiting for you to learn more about it. It is waiting for you to finally start living it.